Hello, guys. Oi.
Hello, chicken nugget.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello.
All rise and like, subscribe, and bang the gavel, baby.
All rise. Order in the court. Let's
Orders.
do this. We got a case. Happy Taco Tuesday. Starting off with 3B. Just went live, actually. We got preliminary exams. I don't even know if they're doing anything. Mikey's got the parole board ready to go.
That just went offline.
That just went bye-bye. And was it their last one?
Guessing so.
Is it going to be one of those days, Laura? Is it?
It can be. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Well, listen, there is plenty of court to watch. That's what we do here. Zoom court drama unfolding in front of our very eyes. Yesterday was ended up being a great day with some a new anti-harassment court on a Monday.
Yeah, I don't even know if they called it anti-harassment or what it was, but it was
so.
It was interesting for sure.
That's what it says, yes, sir.
Well, if it says it, then it must be.
All right. Good to see everybody jumping at Steve. I agree. 100%. Jen did not that much fun, by the way. Apparently, Tim is her sponsor. Got a thing back that talked about her throwing 14 years under the bus. So guess what I said? I said, you know what? I don't think I'm the right Tim for you. So that wasn't fun at all. Dallas?
Was it the girl we saw on Facebook?
I'm not sure. I didn't get that far. I did not get that far, but she popped that one out, about struggling, to keep up with her and her son, and then shit hitting the fan, I guess, and 14 years of sobriety is gone. We're talking about a random phone call I got last night during the live chase from a number I didn't know, but it showed a text message from April 30th. So I did a little bit of digging to see this text message from April 30th. It's not in my phone. It was 2019. So I had to do a little bit of digging and figure that one out. And now come to find out.
That's shocking, to say the least.
Yes. So see, sometimes it's not good to mess with people. Let's jump into it. We'll try to talk, a little bit.
It's all your faults.
Normal. Yeah, blame it on them. Blame it on them. Over to 3B with Judge Jeffrey Middleton, ladies and gentlemen.
Police officer larceny and resisting obstructing a police officer that allegedly occurred also in the city of Sturgis on November 11th.
Another one sitting on the
Your
top
attorney,
bunk.
Trevor Mayvall, is here.
Carlos. Why?
And
He's really tall.
He has been in contact with prosecutor David Marvin, who's here present with me. Earlier today, the lawyers presented to me 3 waivers of preliminary examination.
I was just going to say, or high.
Mr. Mayvall signed on your behalf. And my understanding is that you're going to waive preliminary examination.
Mikey forgives you. Me, Ed?
All 3 of these cases. Is that true after you had a chance to discuss that with your lawyer?
Yes.
All right, well, let me just read you the language. I'm sure I've never told you this.
Is it foul?
I want to confirm it here on the record.
Is it but
I,
for 3,000?
Gerardo Gonzalez Hernandez, understand I have a right to employ an attorney. I may request a court-appointed attorney. I have a right to a preliminary examination where it must be shown that a crime was committed and probable cause exists to charge me with the crime. Here's the operative language, Carlos. I voluntarily waive my right to a preliminary examination and understand that I will be bound over to the circuit court on the charges in the complaint and warrant.
You better be careful.
You authorize your attorney to
popcorn
suspend
ceiling up there.
behalf.
Hit your knuckles on that.
Yeah.
To waive the-
Yeah, no,
To
yeah.
waive the preliminary examination.
Shit, yeah. Yeah, bro.
All right, I'm gonna write confirmed on the record. Mr. Marvin has signed them with approval.
Bruh.
There are some mental health issues that the lawyers are going to be exploring.
Bruh.
I really wish that Judge
Mr.
Middleton would
Hernandez,
just straight up ask him how
you
high he
reduce
is.
Your bond over the prosecutor's objection under your representation that you would appear at every proceeding that you have done. You're to continue to stay in contact with your lawyer. The next thing that will be scheduled in this case will be a status conference in the circuit court.
Okay.
So you
Very-
stay in contact with your
very
lawyer. These matters are all bound over to the circuit court. Your bonds are continued with the same conditions. And
Isn't that Lieutenant Lassard,
there-
Police Academy?
Your judge. All right. Thank you.
John,
This is a very, very special day. Mahoney.
all right, we've got Victor Fitz, the special prosecuting attorney here from somewhere,
Eminent.
who was at Diamond Lake. Now he's
Coming to the stage.
Three Oaks, Your Honor.
Three Oaks. All right. Mr. Bush is here with his client.
John Bush, ladies and gentlemen.
Talking right now. I'm going to
Robert?
go ahead and take a
Good
plea
to
in
see you,
another
Robert.
case.
Marco.
So Vic, I'll put you in the waiting room and don't go
Okay.
away. We'll do this other one, then we'll come back to your case. All right. Mr. Howard, would you have?
Robert, thank you. Stars on the Facebook, and here comes a jailbird, bro.
All in green.
Good
Yeah.
afternoon, sir. Are you Jaden Lee Howard?
I am.
Here with your lawyer, Ms. Lori Hines.
I can see that.
Judge Middleton, we met before. This is the time.
We met before.
Fire cap.
Mr. David.
Heading that way soon.
The prosecutor is also present. He and your lawyer.
Yeah, I want to try
Since we were here.
run up and say, hey, while you guys are
Yeah.
Recap.
Come on by.
You're charged with domestic violence.
In the woods.
second offense, which is a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail, and a fine of up to $1,000. The second count, unlawfully driving away a motor
The ladies are
vehicle
here.
to another, is a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison.
just want to go grab that camera. I want to just tilt it down just a
Mr.
tiny little bit and
Martin
just
has agreed
just
to
an inch
reduce
over.
both of these charges. The domestic violence charge would be reduced to domestic violence first offense. Domestic violence first offense,
Somebody pleading this jerk down.
misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500.
And a victim's
Come up with a
advocate
creative
rights fee.
solution to the auto theft charge.
Surcharges.
Auto theft or unlawfully driving away an automobile of another is a felony. It's punishable. by-
Pamela, we talked about that, and we were thinking about morning coffee
Unlawful
enemas
use of an automobile.
for Mikey.
Be pretty traumatic, but you know what? Great television.
Joyriding is taking someone's automobile without their permission
A little old to be joyriding, ain't he?
and to steal it. For example, if your neighbor says, hey, you can use my car, go to the grocery store, you come back 4 days later with the car, use of an automobile.
It happens.
That is what's known as a high court misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 2 years imprisonment. Mr. Marvin has agreed to reduce that even further.
93 days, Jerry.
Unlawful use of a motor vehicle. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Mr.
They could just give him cliff notes on this, man.
Yes, that is accurate.
Ms. Hines, you confirm it as well?
You're on there.
All right, let's talk
Very
about
sexy.
that for a minute, Mr. Howard.
Yes, Your
Understand
Honor.
that if you do
Yes, Your
a
Honor.
charge, you will be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or a jury. There will be no trial. Do you understand that?
I do.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney.
I guess everybody's just pleading guilty today.
Still, these same
Might as
rights
well.
applying to you.
That'll be in that one court where they just charge you $43 or whatever
Have
it
an
was.
attorney, we could appoint one for you.
No matter what it was.
You could hire an attorney of your own choosing. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses, for or against you, subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify in your own behalf. But you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury cannot hold your silence against you, and you have the right to be presumed innocent.
Do what Fire
Yeah.
Captain says, please. It's important.
State was able
If you feel so inclined, don't feel like we're pressuring you.
If you want to make somebody's day.
understand all that.
Hello, Tig.
I understand.
No pressure at all.
Under this plea agreement,
Sweet tea.
did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this charge
No, sir.
or threaten you
No, sir.
to get you to plead?
No.
It doesn't surprise me the least bit, Ed. Yeah, hopefully we get to see that chase. If there is any video at all,
Oh, there has to be.
I would imagine so.
Paper file.
And as they said, they give them a push and the car flipped.
Well,
The allegation is that this took place in Fawn River Township on April 12th.
then of course she took care of the
Who
rest.
is Brianna
She took
Desjardins?
matters into her own hands. Yeah.
That was
Yes.
it's my ex-girlfriend.
All right. Sometimes you say Desjardins or Desjardins.
DiGiorno it is. Pizza, not
Your
great.
ancestors said Desjardins.
Looks so. Oh, Dijonais? Is that?
That's that mayonnaise mustard mix.
He looks so different with the hair down.
Did you and her get
A
into
lot
an
different.
argument?
We did.
Tell me what happened.
I hope we
The
get to see
argument
it.
took place on the 11th of Monday. We were
He's now a widow.
Colon fishing. I live in Colon. We just left my friend's house. We were on the boat over there. Went to my father's house to
Nah.
get
Tell
the
us.
rest of my fishing stuff. We were headed up to Village Market. We got into an argument. I don't remember what it was about, but I pushed her head against the window,
So, oh,
which is what caused the bruising
mm,
on her face.
nice.
And then.
Day drinking on the boat, I'm guessing.
On the 13th is when.
Dodge Dakota.
Sir,
What year?
I don't know. 98 is what the paperwork.
gonna talk
says
trucks.
In my police report.
I had a 95.
Yeah, what a fine car that was. Am I right, boys?
Like 10 minutes.
But you didn't have permission to take it.
No, sir.
How dare you!
Mr. Marvin, are you satisfied with the factual basis?
I
Brooklyn.
think for clarification, it should be noted the car was not
Brooklyn.
abandoned on the side of the road. We ran out of gas. Also, the victim in that case is Brianna's mom, who's here today. That was her vehicle.
That's Laura Desjardins.
Yeah.
Chad,
All right.
The
With that
journey.
application, are you satisfied with the factual basis?
Yes.
Lori, are you as well?
Chad, I don't travel outside of a range of 20 miles without a Circle K around.
Complaining witnesses, both in the assault and the car taking, are both here.
Happy Tuesday, Chad.
You being here. I don't like to do anything in these cases without hearing from the complainants.
Yep.
Mr. Marvin thought maybe we could just go right into sentencing right now. Jaden has been in jail at this point for 25 days.
Ooh.
Mr. Marvin, what would you like me to know?
You're
Wake up,
dealing
Angela.
with a person
Shake it off.
who disrespects others to the point where he will physically harm,
Like, ow.
disrespect Brianna, who's a gentle soul, and then just take property of her mom.
That's all right. You're out.
Both describe a person who. is
Man, I thought those were
violent,
fake until I saw them on
probably
Live PD
stuff that wasn't
and said, wow, nope, that's a thing.
handled the way it could have been.
Does he order something from Sonic?
Involved her with Brianna.
Leaning out the window,
My
pushing the
office
button.
is Working with Brianna to let her know.
Also, you know, Judge
that,
Jeffrey
doesn't
Middleton
put
is
up
very
with that
low.
kind of thing, and it's a lesson
Super
for
low.
her in life, and
Always.
also her daughter, that she can impart that. You don't put up with people disrespecting you the way she's been disrespected. And I think that there
St.
has to
Joseph
be
District
a,
Court against half bald man.
From their,
Very important stuff here, Bill.
themselves, but I
Hello,
believe
DV,
that
domestic violence.
I don't know what kind of jail time he's had, but there needs to be more. This could have been a lot worse. Part of the facts in this case, it could have been
Braggart.
imprisonment. She was not allowed to even leave her home. She was scared to death all night, trapped, because this guy disrespected her, and she finally got out of the situation. And I hope she never does.
Well, he paints a different
I
picture
hope
than
he
what
gets the help to understand how to
Very
treat
much so.
the other just.
Lori, we'll hear from you, and then we'll hear from the complainants.
Jane
He
and I
just-
have met several times. Yesterday was
Bob.
probably the most productive at the
Still
jail.
here?
He gave me a timeline of when they were together. They were together and then they weren't together. And, you know, she.
Sounds like that was a little bit more of a
They were
violent
back
situation
together,
that he just
and
led
then
on
she
to.
thought that
Yeah.
it was-
The history of violence.
to trust her again, and then she kind of deceived him. So I know he was frustrated with her. That doesn't make any excuses for, you know, any violence that occurred or taking of the vehicle. I know he's been in jail. I've talked to his father quite extensively the other day too.
He said, "What's up?"
Concerns that Jaden has some unmet mental health needs that need to be addressed. There's been no
Only if it's
indication that
minced
there are
in a
substance abuse
shape of a
problems,
log.
But other than his father did have concerns that, you know, Jaden has kind of been on a.
Bob's
rocky
hard of hearing
path
you guys.
and was concerned with some mental health issues and wanted him to get some help. I think I kind of heard that too from Jaden yesterday. I know he wants to be productive and move on. So I know he feels bad. He did give me a timeline of everything that occurred yesterday, and we did have a very good conversation. He has been in jail for 25 days. No one bonded him out. He is ready to
Everybody hates this mug.
make a better start and move on in a more positive manner.
I mean, it couldn't have been
It's
super high, right?
Situation
No.
that shouldn't have
No
occurred.
way.
I think
What a
part of it
little
was
rest.
just out of frustration and he was left at that place without anybody to get him anywhere. So I think that's way too hard.
Poor fella.
You would just ask for time served, Your Honor, fines and costs. Thanks.
Well, time served. is the
Howard, the
question.
fact that you have a methamphetamine felony case pending in circuit court gives me reason to believe there may be some.
That's
issue.
been resolved, Your Honor.
Yeah.
What's the status of it? He
Yeah.
has a bench warrant for failing to appear issued April.
That was for a show cause on that. This says that
Only way to have a fish fry, Pamela.
You got 1 day credit,
November.
1 day.
The haddock.
back in November.
it was
Crown Town.
19th is when I was convicted.
Been a while.
All right, so that's resolved. Can you order show causes with all possible?
The show cause was the 11th when we had our argument. I was supposed to come to court for the show cause, but I was paying on it. I made one payment since it was set up. It was coming out automatically, $50.
I quote very quickly. I'm maintaining for me and mine, in parentheses, my son, but I just put 14 years in the drain. Had a hard Mother's Day, losing my mom in September. Just wanted to talk, but now is not the time.
I'd have to, I'm not sure if that's resolved or not. I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything because I got arrested on the 15th. They issued a warrant on the 12th. Brianna called the cops on the 13th and I was arrested on the 15th.
Have you ever seen Judge Stutzman?
Since you've been incarcerated.
No, not since I've been here.
I think this looks like it's hanging loose. Petition filed.
Hanging loose, everybody.
Judge Stutzman's gonna have to see him on that. Or is there anything else you want to tell me?
I love
Hair,
that.
your hair looks great, Your Honor.
Hair is on point.
Nothing does make it right, you know, but.
Your Honor, when we get done with this, can we go down to Duval Street and party together?
I've gone and move forward and
I
try and
love catfish as well.
get the help that
It is.
I know that I
It's a
need.
green board.
Classic vintage piece of equipment.
If I ever had a chance, I'd try giant pickleballs on it.
That I think he does
Ugh.
need help, like more than
Oof.
I feel like it's
Dump the body at the airport? That's a terrible spot.
I feel like if something doesn't happen today, that's just going to keep on happening throughout his life.
Oh, she's speaking now.
Victim impact.
Hello, Bridget.
You don't need to apologize.
Oh, Judge Middleton. The heart of a hippie saint.
Threw that body out like they do with the dead dogs after the dog fights around here. Chuck them out every Sunday morning. You'll see a few.
Everything. But I do think he deserves to pay for what he has done and stuff. So, other than that,
Sounds like your cousin doesn't know where to drop bodies either.
anything else they can think of?
They ever watch TV before?
Laura Desjardins, was your Dakota damaged?
Not that I'm aware of.
95 Dakota.
That sweet ass Dakota.
Sweet ride, bro.
Just that
True that.
I feel that, you know, if he's not punished or things
Find a
not
ravine or something. A ditch.
taken care of,
An old oil drum. Anything.
continue.
One of the burn barrels, you know.
You know, I just
Yeah.
get help too.
Thank you. The timing of this, the methamphetamine charge as a second habitual offender was charged in August, bound over to the circuit court,
Is this the
resulted in a plea in November, and he got 1 day in jail credit, 1 day.
okay. That was on a habitual offender one too that kind of just got
So he wasn't on
1 day.
probation or
Wow.
bond. At the time this offense occurred in April.
And they're saying there's so many things that they're finding. It's like dangerous right now.
They found 2 bodies already. One was in
One in the
oil
barrel.
drum. Yeah.
Yeah.
A deferral. I don't really want him on probation.
Benton. I feel
Why doesn't he want him on probation?
I wasn't even sure that was coming. He didn't seem particularly.
I think that Judge Jeffrey Middleton is one of the most fair judges we'll come across.
It's like somehow it's her fault.
At this moment, though,
Trust her.
I feel as if he's taking into account that
So very often
meth
when
case
I
that just
ask
got thrown
people
away.
what to fight about,
I feel like it's there.
they
You
don't
know what I mean?
remember. This happened just yesterday. So what was this all about? Well, I
Pro
don't
tip from
know.
Michael.
And something comes out of nothing. I'm gonna order 60 days jail credit, 25
So he's got 35 more to go.
domestic violence charge, concurrent with the attempted joyride.
Attempted joyride, Creed.
Attempted joyride. I love that.
1 day in jail credit, 1 day wasn't much of a deterrent. We'll try this.
You did a whole day for that, technically.
Circuit court is hamstrung by sentencing guidelines. I waive the fines and costs. $75 crime victims' rights fee, $50
There it is.
state minimum fee, and a $150 attorney fee, which is
Getting off kind of easy, don't you think?
I think he very much, I mean, he seems to be a habitual offender of different things.
going to be due by
The meth.
15th.
I believed every word that she was saying about being scared.
Mm-hmm. She had shaky voice and all.
He brought up the habitual meth thing again. Then again, you're really not supposed to even think about it because it was taken care of and kind of. He's already. I mean, he's already done half the sentence, really.
Taking case. There was no damage to the car.
This is more of a like, I'm going to just hold you for 60 days to let you think about what you did.
I mean, the Dakota that I drove for a number of years, gave it to my son.
Ooh.
So I was so interested. Remember, he asked him about it.
And I croaked.
He loved that car.
He really loved that Dakota.
One of the best.
Same sentence.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I gotta take care of him somehow.
5 days a month, good time. Meaning,
Hi, Angie.
you got
Judge Milton's going to ask if it's possible for him to go for a ride and dad.
Yes. Is it possible you pick me up and take me home for 5 days?
Just old time's sake.
Sentencing for almost completely bald, half bald man.
You've moved on.
Or
There's
Pex?
no bond condition because you're not on bond and you're not on probation. I encourage you not to have contact with the Deja.
I'm guessing he's keeping him in for that 60 to try and dry him out, basically, make sure that.
Not just that, too. It gives a little time for gives peace of mind to the victim.
Just now is.
No more day drinking on the
Get
boat.
out, get on your own path and leave them alone. Hopefully you won't have to come back and see me anymore. All right, you're good to go, sir.
So I have 25 days to go.
35.
Yes.
He trying to cut down his own sentence?
We better
25 days, right?
that they need to see you on that bench warrant.
All right, let's
And no firearms.
head over and
Mr. Hogan,
see
as
these
cycles
guys.
to Georgia.
It's SAP,
The only felony
everybody.
arrest is this case. It's one of the 2 cycles. But the state is recommending a high bond amount given the facts. In this case,
That's
the
ready.
victim was shot at least 3 times in the torso and is still at Grady, not able to provide a statement. This case could have easily gone more serious than it is. The state is gonna
Wasn't
recommend
that every case?
based on the facts in this case. The state is recommending a higher amount of bond as well
How
as the
much?
special conditions.
No dollar amount there? Do what you need to for right now, Dallas. But
I
you
normally
know,
don't take the circumstances of the charge into my
Don't forget
decision.
anything is out
But
of a bottle.
looking at what is alleged in the warrant, it looks as if they're alleging that the alleged victim actually was possibly assaulting someone else.
You mean like a safe word, Billy?
Went and reached for what turned out to be a gun that was discarded somewhere else.
Pew pew, Judge.
And
please.
then also after the incident, and went to reach
Easy
for
does
that
it.
object when the alleged defendant shot at him at that time. And
The
the
tip
alleged victim
is a
was
reservoir
convicted
creep.
felon and also again was found to have had a gun and was in the process of not assaulting, but
The hell's Niner been?
having an angry exchange with someone
think
else
he's on
that caused
vacation.
Mr. Holder
Key
to
West?
become alarmed. And also taking into consideration the fact that he does not have a history of violence. What I will do, even though it is an aggravated assault matter, I will go ahead and set bond at the amount of $10,000. Mr. Holder, although I understand that you have a right to have
Sap didn't
firearms,
get what she wanted.
as you are not a convicted felon, I right now would feel more comfortable considering this situation until it is handled or until another judge who actually will be trying the case is able to reconsider it. I will put that special condition in place that you're not to possess any firearms or live in a home that has any firearms. So you can,
I thought she said you can't
if
live in a
you have
home.
firearms, you're going to need to have someone else take possession of them
Must live on the
or
streets.
have them transported to another home while you await
There's a couple
trial
of
on this matter. But you are
More to
not
come,
allowed to have
I believe.
More
any
to come, they
firearms
said,
that
as
is
the waters recede.
pending or live in a home that has firearms in it.
I've never
And
really
so you'll
heard you
just
could
find
live
that
in a
special
home
condition as
with
I believe you
fire.
already have. And again, you can post bond in any of the 3 ways I previously stated. Thank you. And give me just 1
Billy?
second. I need to write everything down and I also need to sign.
I got one for you.
I pity the fool.
There you go.
They said the guy in the barrel was either put there in the 70s or early 80s because of his clothing and his shoes he was wearing. So
I want to just jump over here because this guy looks mad.
yeah, he looks like he's.
To keep making the sheriff look good.
This is a
I don't think that any assets or any payroll should be focus towards a media team, far less giving something that was stolen from a private citizen to that same media team.
He's good at public speaking.
Making it worse, when it comes to the 39 or 40 jail deaths, is those are the ones that are
Oh, God.
categorized as part of the jail population. We do not know yet if somebody that is extremely ill isn't released with their charges dropped and shuttled to a hospital, and their death is not counted among the 40. Now, here's the toughest one.
Uh-oh.
Since this really is propaganda and not media and not public relations, keep in mind that of those 20 of those jail deaths were investigated by the same Texas Ranger, a man named McDonald.
McDonald, that son of a
Whatever the outcome
bitch.
or the explanation in the investigation, McDonald gave the right story or the right answers to the sheriff. How do I know that? Because McDonald isn't a Texas Ranger anymore.
Uh-oh.
He's the head of the drug task force for Sheriff Bill Wayborn.
Bill. Orpex, thank you, buddy.
Realize the connections
Many
to-
thanks.
and the good old boy colluding that goes on.
Was it
gives
South
us
Carolina?
threat. Our sheriff will not take responsibility. He passes it off to the overworked and understaffed jailers as if they made just clerical errors and let them take the brunt of the responsibility.
This goes any longer. These two down in the corner are both going to keel
Commissioner's
over.
Responsibility to straighten out the jail.
I think he did good. I no idea what he's talking about, but
Is there a motion on the floor?
Yeah, this one.
What is your pleasure? Motion?
it's 39 or 40 deaths in jail.
Yes.
Anybody else want to speak on this matter?
Or anyone victim impact statements?
Motion and second. Please vote.
Oh, shit.
Flight out.
Judge Whitley,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-2.
Nobody abstained from sex. Did you notice that?
Well, of course not. It's party time around here. These boys know what they're doing.
Oh, somebody was watching Breaking Bad, huh?
Commissioner
Yeah,
Fickens, you
that
have
dude definitely. Yes.
interlocal agreements.
What a minute gonna make it through this meeting.
10, L1, A, B, C, and D. Interlocals with North Richland Hills.
What the hell are we watching, by the way? This
I
is
don't know. I know. It's more of a county meeting in Tarrant County, Texas.
Apparently, the
Judge Whitley,
Hoodley.
Commissioner Johnson. Thank you. Motion carries unanimously. Commissioner Johnson, you've got an interlocal agreement.
It sounded like they were.
You've got several.
They're probably voting on something that has nothing to do with what that guy was just talking about. That would be my guess.
that guy was pissed.
Is a show house?
Jessica Hammonds, not Harmon.
No review.
Hardeman?
Yes, that was
We just had a convict.
Sorry, I hear that. Are they? Oh, no.
It's perfect.
And yes, looks to me like there is a dismissal from the prosecutor in this file, so I will sign that and then you all can go. Perfect, thanks so much. Thank you. Is
She
Gary
seems
Barnes
nice.
here?
We used to watch
Gary?
we used to watch the
That's a
county
dismissal as well.
meetings, the council meetings all the time. I loved it. Corrupt, crazy stuff. The Myrtle Beach area. Speaking of good old boy stuff, my God,
That's how it is here too. Come on.
oh, they're fun. to watch.
Taylor,
Bueller.
Christopher Taylor here. No?
Somebody go in the hall and yell his name 3 times.
3 times, then they just appear.
No.
She's just smashing these files, man. Would you not show up for court?
Trina
I mean,
Ware.
Don't.
I'm a big ass wimp, I guess, because I would not run the risk of not being at court. I'd be the first one there. I'd be there when the doors open. Like I was
Especially if
standing
you're in
line
front
for
of this
tickets.
guy. Look at those flags.
Oh my good, them colors don't run, Creed.
Wow.
Is that one Star Trek?
Yeah, it kind of looks it. This guy looks really terrifying and has lots of marble.
Whichever's longer, and that time will automatically run consecutive to any additional prison time that you get sentenced to. You do have a right
Nobody
to
gets
appeal
off in
the
this court.
decision of your sentence to the 12th district
Especially that lady in front of him.
Middletown. If you want to appeal, you must file your notice within 30 days of today's date. If you can't afford to pay for the transcript or anything necessary for your appeal, that can all be provided to you at no cost. If you
Well, I would love to sit and stay with him, but if we can only stare at him, I'd be just.
Well, you're gonna have to
absolutely,
stare at him for a second till I
I'd be
find something.
absolutely terrified.
put you in a CBCF, which I don't disagree with that. Number one, I don't have the assessment.
He's like,
fact that you
we'll jump back over there. Mikey's ready, right?
problem.
Damn it, Mikey.
The only thing that
Damn
really
it, Mikey.
saved you is that over the last
All right, you can jump now.
Look
Jump
how
away.
perfectly placed his gavel is.
job right now.
I don't think that one's even used. I think that
No,
one's
I
just
think,
for
yeah, that's
show.
just for show.
I think he bangs that small eagle over there on the far of the tissues.
I also think that he's drinking out of an actual glass. His water is glass. Like he doesn't have a target to go to get any fancy, giant water vessel.
I'm rooting for you. I want you to be successful in this, okay?
Oh God, the guy's got compassion. I'm impressed. Oh, hey, we got another. Was he wearing a bra? Whoa, hello.
Hold on. Slow up, Creed. Let's not get in a hurry.
Yeah, let's hold. Yeah.
Don't be thrown off by Timmy. Let's oh, there we go.
Hold up. Wait a minute. She got a great age.
I think low hanging fruit right there.
Still watching it. He is too. Timmy.
Judge Timmy. Look at these. It's like back and forth, like wait for no reason. They're not even saying anything. Just back and forth.
The amount of flags and the things that he has around him is.
I think he collects them now. People collect magnets when they go on vacation or a spoon. He just gets flags from everywhere he goes and just puts them up there.
Yeah, dude, had the upside down and back, the back. Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, volume's up.
They're just not saying anything. Maybe they're planning on going out and getting a drink.
Isn't happy hour anytime?
I thought so.
All right, we'll check back in with him. Let's.
I'm ready. I can do this. I can do this and talk. You have to let me talk.
Oh, no, they don't.
I don't think they can just.
Okay, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
I'm sorry,
your
Miss
hearing
Jackson.
will be on May 21st at 1:30 p.m. Okay.
Okay.
I'll put you in a private meeting room with Mr. Keithley.
Thank you.
Will BRB.
Go ahead. This is pretty crazy. This courtroom came in hot. You got to let me talk.
Okay.
You have to. You have no choice.
Let's see. I see Terry Parker.
Here, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Is that Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man?
Did he lose? Oh no, I think it's not. Oh.
Yeah, that guy, he thought he knew.
The record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Terry Parker, file number 22-010. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Parker, you're here for a pretrial. Let me see if your attorney is available. I don't know if it's Mr. Keithy or Mrs. Donnelly. It's Miss Donnelly. Okay, so we'll wait for your attorney to come. Okay, Mr. Parker, because she may need to speak to you. He
Yes,
became
ma'am.
disruptive, so I couldn't. He had to be removed. He couldn't even speak to the public defender. So I'm gonna reset his arraignment.
Actually, the warrant is still active on you.
Oh, great. Okay, so he can continue with that on the probation violation.
Let's let him talk, Judge.
We're gonna reset his probation violation for in-person arraignment.
I love that dude already. We come busting in here. He's ready to fight.
I'll have to add. That's
Don't forget today's 2 for Tuesday. A true 2 for Tuesday. 2 chases. We got to chase. Make sure you're there for that. You don't want to miss it.
Mr. Bigelow will be back.
Peeper Parker. That's what he's in trouble for. Peeping. No, he doesn't. Is anybody going to talk to the lady right above him? We're kind of ignoring her, aren't we? Trey Parker, yes. Oh, we got somebody else entering the courtroom. Ivan.
All right, so there's that.
Can I finish?
Donnelly is that. Mr. Rosa. That's the other one. Mr. Robot, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you start your video for me, sir?
Yeah, I'm hopeful.
Okay. Trying to figure it out. I'm sorry.
No problem. You got it covered. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Douglas Roadball. File number 19-02445FY. Mr. Roadball, today was the date that was set for an arraignment on a probation violation. I have a request and summons for probation violation here. It alleges that you violated the terms of your probation by failing to report to your probation officer in March 2022. It alleges that you failed to make any payments on your fines and costs restitution and that you owe $15,745. It alleges that you tested positive for alcohol on December 9, 2022.
Just don't
and
care.
on February 25th, 2022. It also alleges that you failed to submit to random testing at Adam on March 21st, 2022. And then it alleges that you were unsuccessfully discharged from the moral recognition therapy at Cognitive Consultants.
He's got to go to
You have
jail.
the right to have a contested hearing on these allegations. You have the right to be represented by an attorney.
Don't you have to put him in
during this
jail?
Process, and if you request, a court-appointed counsel can be appointed to represent you for this violation proceeding. If you're found to be in violation as alleged, sir, your probation can be extended. It can be terminated. You can be sentenced to a term of jail time. You also can face some potential
Jail.
other sanctions as well. Okay, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you requesting court-appointed counsel on this?
Yes, if I could, please.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll set it for a hearing that'll give you and the
Yeah.
court-appointed counsel time to discuss.
He
and
basically
this matter
did
and for them to
nothing.
receive any
15K heels. Got to go to jail.
And he was tested positive for drinking. I mean, he's done nothing he's supposed to.
May 24th at
this one's in
1:30 will
Michigan.
be your hearing,
Yeah, we're in
okay?
Michigan.
The 24th.
That's correct.
All right.
Yeah, you'll be.
Thank
That's
you
the
very
day you'll
much.
be going to jail. Don't you worry, bud.
Probably hang tight. I'll get you in a private meeting room with Mr.
They
Keefe,
talking about
okay?
Ivan or
All right. Thank you.
Doug up there, he's
No
going to
problem.
jail.
Doug?
Doug don't care.
Double F, 1 year and a day or two.
That's right. 12 months out the window.
Ms. Keefe, I'm gonna add Mr. Rollbot to your will.
12 months you'll never
Your
get
Honor.
back.
No problem. Okay, and are we having a hearing on Mr. Munyakanama?
Your Honor, I discovered that my office didn't get a court-appointed attorney confirmed, so neither of us were appointed. But
My attorney's a real bitch.
he just wants to plead guilty today. I believe that he believes the only allegation he used alcohol.
He just wants
So
to
he
say
would
he
like
did
to-
it, Your Honor. I'll just sit here in this car and plead guilty. No biggie.
From the
Derek.
car?
Yeah, you know. So he needs to make a quick getaway.
I pity the fool.
He's like, Your Honor, I don't have any monies to pay for anything. Please don't look at this chain or earrings I'm wearing at this moment. I'm indigent.
Have you seen that? You got any gold up there? Or?
I haven't seen. You might have a grill or something, but
Do you think that Ivan would date her? Not our Ivan, that Ivan there.
I'm starting to get worried about our Ivan. I haven't seen him in like 3 weeks.
He's at a bowling camp.
This judge is on Michigan time.
Well, that's because of the
diabetes.
True that.
I mean, we could stare at her just doing paperwork for a second, I guess.
She got
Oh,
a
she getting
laptop. Oh, well, here we get the whole package, boys. Drink it in.
Oh, ooh, yes. Oh,
Timmy! He done got the hell out.
Yeah, he did. Everybody's out. What about these three people? What the hell's wrong with them? They're non-smokers, obviously.
They had lunch already.
She only states, see attack probation violation, waiver of rights, and guilty plea, which you signed. So I don't know whether
Okay, yeah, I don't have any of the information myself because we didn't put an appearance, so that was some date in March is the top.
That's correct, because it doesn't.
Gee,
say
Stephen
that.
O'Neill.
It says that he consumed alcohol while on
Stevie
probation
G.
must
Look at
be
this.
first
I like
by
the ones and the twos.
Yes.
If he signed.
Do you know DJ Gold by any chance?
Oh, he demanded a probation violation hearing. That's why. Maybe he meant to check waiver and didn't. I don't know. He
Ooh,
signed.
paper
it,
mails
says
do
that he
smell
had a
terrible.
probation violation hearing.
Oh boy. I don't know what's worse,
So
that
now
or
he just wants to waive the
Trujillo.
hearing, sir? Mr. Munyakanama?
What?
Sour.
You were provided a probation violation waiver of rights and guilty plea as it relates to this allegation. It states, did I call the thing section?
Okay, he's gonna plead guilty to a probation violation.
record in the
So
matter
that
of
means he's going to
the state of
jail,
Michigan
correct?
Versus Pathos Munyakanama.
Got
File
to.
number 20-0.
That's me, James.
00279. Council, can I have your appearance?
Chuckle sweet.
Hey, Chip.
I'm Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Pathos Munyakanama, who is appearing by the.
Thank you. Okay, so before going on the record, sir, I did review the file, and I see
Least-
where you were
Sour. Ooh.
sent a probation violation waiver of rights and guilty plea. It alleges that you violated the terms of your probation by consuming alcohol while on probation on March 21st, 2022.
Oh, the alcohol.
By a positive test result at Adam. And so you reviewed and signed this document, but you demanded a hearing for the violation. Is that correct, sir?
Can I say something?
Well, can you answer my question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so did you demand a hearing at that time?
Yes.
Okay, and are you now no longer wanting your hearing?
No.
Okay, so you want to plead guilty?
Yeah, I'm guilty.
Okay, can I have you raise your right hand?
She asked him this whole question. He goes, "Can I say something,
Swear
Your
or
Honor?
affirm the
Can you
testimony
answer
you're
my
going to give is
question,
the truth and the
please?"
whole truth under penalty of perjury.
I do.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So you've been on a term of probation by this court since March 3rd, 2022. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
4 days before Michael's
Okay,
birthday.
and as condition of your probation status, you're not to use, purchase, or possess any drugs or alcohol. Is that also
He was
correct?
drinking.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're ordered to participate in testing, preliminary breath testing and your analysis at Adam. Is that correct?
And you failed it real quick, sparing damn, it's gone. Go back.
Oh my God,
I want you to see what they use for
Yes,
the garbage. There it is. Look what they use for the garbage. I mean, no Dollar General bags for them. They've got like the heavy duty, like super thick
handles and all, probably.
The previous day?
Yeah, I
Okay.
drink a
What did
little
you,
wine, so that's
what
why.
was you drinking, sir?
A little wine,
I did a line,
You said what?
chatty wine.
a wine.
You was drinking wine, okay? And you knew it was
I thought you
wine
said
when you
did a
drank it?
line.
I thought so too.
Yes,
And you knew
Him
it was
and
in
Amber.
violation of your terms and conditions of probation?
yes.
Is James scared of him, or just he just has that look?
I'm
I don't know.
satisfied with
James
the
just got
factual
broke up
basis,
with.
sir. I'll accept your
I think
plea.
so.
Upon your plea, you may freely voluntarily
Not his
and
wife though. It was
intelligently.
his gay love.
The probation
yes, of
department
course.
is leaving it to the court's discretion as to whether or not to terminate or continue your
Fine
probation.
wines.
I think
They're
he calls like
requesting
Mad
that
Dog
the court
2020 or Wild
impose
Irish Rose. You know.
a sentence of 15 days Ingham County Jail for the violation, and then to
15
Yes.
add
days.
See,
Scram tether for
fine
the next
wine.
90 days.
15 hard
So,
ones.
I just Donnelly is, as indicated before you got on the record, that her office had not received an appointment on this officially before today's date, so I don't think she would be prepared to argue on your behalf for sentencing. So are you working?
Yes, I'm at work right now. I'm waiting to go to work.
Okay, you're at work right now. Okay. Should we,
Like
this
the
is your
uniform.
second time before me on a similar violation, sir, and this is also a matter that the
That's his
underlying
wine
issue
drinking
is
book.
alcohol. So, do you think you have a problem with alcohol, sir?
Nah.
After that, I have decided to stop it. So I was having a stomach pain. That's why I consumed it. So,
Your Honor, Mr. Munoz reports that he was, Mr. Ledesma had him start outpatient treatment because of it too. So he says that he goes to COGS, he's doing it once a week right now, he's in week 5 out of
Okay, very good.
Do you think he was
So I
drunk or
order that
just
you
had a
continue
you
all
know a
your
glass
counseling with
after a
cognitive
nice meal?
consultants, But I'm also going to order that you
mean, he
submit
went
to
in for
Scram
testing.
Tether for the next 30 days, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm gonna continue your probation.
I mean, it's
Do you
not.
have
I
any
don't think they just
questions?
spring them on you. I think that's like a
No.
Yeah.
So,
court order.
will I have to contact
Date
my
and time. You
PO?
show up. Could be wrong.
I'm sorry?
Would I have to contact my PO, or is the one who gonna contact me?
Yes, you should contact your probation officer. And
Hello,
so
Nate.
because you were, I think,
Nate
due
the
to get
Great,
off
everybody.
probation, I'm going to,
Boston Zone.
Yeah, I have no problem. It goes
Extended.
down just fine, especially in the morning.
because you were supposed to get off in March, but this is, sorry, in June. But this is your second violation in less than a 6-month period. I'm gonna extend your probation by 90 days.
Uh-oh. Damn, look at that face.
I don't recall
That'll
being
give us
drunk.
time to monitor how the treatment is going, and hopefully we won't need any further extension, okay, sir?
Johnny holding it down to the 716.
Do you have any questions?
Oh, they have a new area
No.
code too, but
Okay, any
let's see what's
additional matters for the record?
Keeping it old
No,
school.
you're
I like
thank you.
that creed.
Okay,
Just like
thank
this
you,
guy's shirt.
Mr. Munakamama. You're free to go.
Thank you.
90 days of what? More probation?
90
Hold
days
up.
added onto his probation, but they also said 15 days in jail and a tether. So I don't know when he'll do that or if they won't even accept that because they've left it to the discretion of the court to sentence him.
I am ready to proceed on that, Your Honor.
Oh, did he have one of those? No, they said he was tested at this Adams thing.
Yeah, he was at Adams. Yeah.
Ms. Stewart, yeah.
God bless. Like I get it if he
I think he's going to have one now
yeah, I think that's what they're talking. I think I could be wrong.
with the tether.
On the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Terry Parker, file number
Terry.
22-01056.
Terry
Counsel
Peter
appearance.
Parker.
Morning, Your Honor, Andrew Lacey, appearing on behalf of people.
Oh, yes, please.
And Assistant Public Defender
That
Sarah Dowling
sad
on behalf
channel.
of the defendant, Terry
Yeah,
Parker,
real quick, don't
who is
forget
ready.
we got a case
Tuesday
channel.
was the date that was set for pre-trial.
Only
How are we
this show.
proceeding on this?
Your Honor, at this time,
Bother with
there
all
is
the
no
other
offer
garbage.
from the state. We would ask that this be set for a final pre-trial and jury trial.
Nah, 585.
That's how we try to
607.
keep it.
May 24 at 8 a.m.
I'm at my job right now at the brewery.
Like Titiana, who's laying in bed, as we just saw. Terry looks stunned.
Trial, July 12th. at 8
He is not feeling well today. He had something to drink too, and it's really turned his stomach.
Terry, why are you always
Now, it's
looking
gonna be
down
May
on us?
24th at 8 o'clock in the morning in person here at the court. Jury trial. July 12th at 8 o'clock in the morning in person at the court. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Ah, never mind. Going to jail.
Knock him up.
No, Your Honor.
Know your pronouns, bud.
Not from the fence.
Derek, good to see you, my friend.
Okay,
Taste
you're
the
all
tree.
set, sir. We'll see you on May 24th.
All the
Thank you.
high rollers coming in now.
No problem. Okay.
At least Terry, I think, got up and took a shower today.
Also, Mr. Rodriguez was set for 2 o'clock and he's just actually putting for a file for trial as well.
Mr. Rodriguez down to a corner store real quick, picking up some wine for his friend.
No, I don't believe there was an offer on this one.
Why don't they give people who aren't supposed to drink IDs that say "Do not sell me alcohol"?
That's not a bad idea, actually. Like a no-fly list, you know.
Yeah.
Dallas, something similar happened to me. We went to this one party. I swear to God, well over age, but it felt like we were at a high school party out in the middle of the woods, parked up and down, middle of nowhere, parked up and down, just a small cabin. I felt the whole time I was there, I felt as if I like shouldn't be there, and it was it's like a high school party. I mean, it felt that way. Damn thing did get shut down.
What state were you in, Creed?
That's in New York.
No problem.
Sounds like a New York thing.
It felt weird the whole time being there, even though we were all, I'm pretty sure everybody was of age. But the cops showed up. We walked for a long time too, just parked on both sides of dirt roads.
Okay.
The whole way.
Ooh, look at this.
Oh, matter of fact, I needed to stop around that.
Speaking of pronouns,
Okay, I'll get it printed out for next time. Okay.
Unfortunately, Timmy, not back yet, but I'm keeping an eye for Mr. TP.
who is that weird guy?
Tasty treat with two toonies and a loony. Thank you, Tasty treat.
We love the funnies monies. And don't forget, if you're watching this in the future, super thanks. We have that now. If you're watching on Facebook, stars.
Yeah, what the hell's I doing at the corner store, at the bodega?
They do around here. They're hard on that stuff. Huh, there you go.
Timmy, where are you, Timmy? Oh, well, I'm giving up on Tim.
I think we're about is this a phone break? Everybody seems to jump on their phone all of a sudden.
I know Christopher's just banging out some text right now.
He says, "Hey Gina, me and you tonight. Don't stand me up, girl. They don't call me Superman for nothing."
I figured he was texting Jen and said, "Hey, baby, heard
yes,
you're
Your
back into
Honor,
partying."
Mr. Gerber.
Judge Carroll, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
only change should be that
And Demetrius
Obi,
Kerr.
12 to be scored at 5 points as count 2 in this matter.
What's happening up
and
there?
dismissed, and that would
Better,
be,
thank God.
One felony offense against person.
Is he got a green screen of a person? Of himself?
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
Wow.
Any other changes to the for
Yeah.
No, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's what that is. And James is pissed because he had to no surfing today. He's in court.
Still level 6.
There's a house going unroofed right now.
The same.
Oh, James is walking.
Anything else?
We
Mr.
can
Gammon?
see everything.
Nothing further from
I mean,
the people, Your
Demetrius. Gina, don't fall out that chair, honey.
Every book would fall off the shelf.
Mr. Gerber, is there
Superman
anything you want
Chris?
to say?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to take this brief moment to
Come out as gay.
I'm embarrassed. I'm
'Cause
ashamed of
I'm gay.
being here in your presence. Up until now,
Well,
I've
that's
led a really
rude.
good life and everything.
14
must
years down the drain.
apologize for all those who have been affected in more ways than I can explain, and I hope that they will begin to heal.
Where's the tears, Amber?
And I pray that they have a better future. From that on, I have maintained a
Does he work
positive,
there?
Character while here in jail, and I have stayed away from the criminal code of conduct. And I am just anxiously waiting for everything to be done so I can go to my family and.
But James got some chaw going there. Look at
some
that.
mental help.
Goodness. All the big league chew.
Yeah, the whole pouch.
Court sentences as follows, consistent with the sentence agreement. On count 1, 90 months to 135 months with the Michigan Department of Corrections, credit for 320 days served. No contact whatsoever
That's a
with
lot of
Nicole
months.
Keene or her children, and do not be within 500 feet of their residence
Oh.
or place of employment.
Oh,
Apply
James.
with DNA testing and pay a $60 fee.
James.
$68 state costs. Crime victims assistance of $130.
James.
And in light of the prison sentence, I will strike court costs and attorney's fees.
Thank you.
On count 3, the court sentence is 327 days in the Washtenaw County Jail, credit for
Oh, James.
327 days served.
How many
And I will
counts we
not
got?
order the second state costs.
That's a lot of months.
Them months add up.
You have the right to seek an appeal, Mr. Gerber.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
want to appeal and can't afford an
Mr.
attorney,
Gerber,
the
so he
court will
liked
appoint
infants.
one to represent you on appeal.
Whoa.
You need to make that request for an attorney
No.
in writing on the advice of. a
James
lawyer.
isn't allowed around the school or the playground, so you make your own judgment there, Viking.
Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any
James.
questions, Mr. Gerber?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Got some time. You're going to be doing some hard time, baby.
Have
Oh.
Take your hat off.
Other James got his hat off. Respect.
This is a quite the cast.
Washington County.
Christopher can give two shoots of what's happening here.
That's
100
like girl could care less about his dry-eyed.
People versus Bobby Cunningham.
By the
thigh.
way, James is wearing a Blues Traveler shirt.
Blue Danner for the people.
Oh God! Do you know Knox by any chance, James?
He's got a signed harmonica.
Is Mr. Cunningham present?
I see Counsel Cunningham on the screen. I would assume that that is Mr. Cunningham.
Counsel Cunnilingus, Your Honor. Yeah, he gonna get it.
Cunningham, if you're present, I need to see you on video.
1 minute. I'm on the phone. Hold on.
I'm on 90 Day Fiance, Your Honor. My name is Michael.
We'll pass Mr. Cunningham.
Wow. She wasn't effing around. She's moved on to the next one.
Sounds like a deal. Could hang it right up at Christopher's joint where he's got one of those paddles where he got spanked in the ass when he was in college. See that in the background?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, I read that as a portrait of Marilyn Manson.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Shepke, attorney with my client. This time, except the matter being heard via Zoom.
Bruh.
Hi, Jason
Middlestate present. Go ahead.
Mr. Stroke, welcome.
Welcome.
Yes, he is. Yeah, I believe I spoke. Yes, he's present.
I'm sorry. I said I see that he is present.
Oh,
Yes,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
Judge.
And Your Honor,
Carol's not in a good
unfortunately,
mood today.
receipt of a police report for a no contest plea. It is my understanding that Mr. Middlestat will be pleading no contest to the added count 2 of aggravated assault. That is PAC code
Really?
750.
I think I can kick this guy's ass. Yeah.
1A. That is a 1-year misdemeanor. Maximum fine of $1,000. Upon that successful plea of no contest to the added count 2, the people would dismiss the felony count 1. It is my understanding that
A
the
real
no
beer
contest
has
plea
never
will
hit
be
James's
into
lips.
civil
Ever.
liability.
Ever.
Your Honor,
And,
that's accurate. That is accurate, and I did review.
Absolutely only
IPAs.
IPAs.
And he understands.
The most
even
expensive
today, He
stouts.
is prepared to tender that no contest plea, Judge, and no objection to the police court being used to this effect.
Are they gonna let James say anything? Because I'm pretty sure he said.
I'm the dude.
Okay.
What's the new
Calm
charge?
down, James.
Aggravated assault, Your Honor.
Thank you.
He assaulted him because he was aggravated.
Mr. Middlestat, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you'll give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the?
Hello, Paul.
Yes,
Hello, everybody.
Yes, with it below his
Charge,
nose.
as you heard, Mr. Middlestat, is aggravated assault. That's a misdemeanor with a maximum penalty of 1 year. If you plead no contest, you'll give up your right to a jury trial and your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Nightbot still talks
Give up
about
your right to have
Voyage
witnesses
Voyage too.
against you
So
appear and to
He
question
likes to
witnesses,
reminisce.
and your right to compel the appearance of witnesses.
back in the
on
day,
your
never
behalf.
forget. They say, Nathan.
You'll give up your right to remain silent and not have your silence used against you, and your right to testify on your own behalf if you decide to do that. Your no contest plea could be a violation of probation or parole if you were on probation or parole at the time of the offense, and there could be immigration consequences if you're not a U.S. citizen. Also, if you plead no
He
contest,
seems to look all right.
your plea is the result of threats or promises not disclosed on the record, and you'll have no automatic right to appeal, so that your only appeal would be by permission of the Court of
Do you think
Appeals.
James goes home from the
Not
bar
able
at
to
like
appeal any issues that might
5,
arise during trial, since you're
5 to 6,
You want to waive these
somewhere
rights
around
and
there?
plead no
Like he's not a
contest for today?
nighttime bar
Yeah.
drinker. He's just wanted to be there like at 10 a.m.
Yeah, I think that's why he got in trouble. I think he beat
Nope.
somebody up at a Blues Traveler concert.
Have you been offered anything that wasn't disclosed on the record here today?
Out way
No,
too
Your
late.
Honor.
Is it your choice to plead no contest?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Good to see they took down those big glass windows around her.
All right, I have received and have
Oh,
reviewed
yeah.
the,
One of the first ones I've seen that have taken them down.
Yeah, you're
and I find that it
right.
establishes the factual basis.
The Golden
the
Corral's
charge.
broke, so they
Are
needed to-
counsel satisfied that I've complied with the court rules?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Judge.
I'll accept the no contest plea with civil liability being the basis for it. I
Yeah, so
believe.
that's
Is that
it.
right, Mr.
Knocks us
Shelby?
what it knocks.
Yes,
us
such civil liability. That is accurate, Judge.
I find the plea is knowingly and willingly made, and will schedule sentencing.
June 27th.
June 27.
What time, Judge?
21st, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
21st? 21st, excuse me, June 21st.
At what time, Your Honor?
1:30.
Fletch, I can see that.
Mr.
Perfect,
Shemke,
thank
do you want to be present for the pre-sentence interview?
That's not necessary, Judge.
All right, would you provide probation's phone
He's a
number
young
for
Randy Johnson. Is that what you're saying?
the interview?
I don't have that ability, Judge. My client doesn't have a phone.
Jelly use.
You
Shelly,
need to check in with the probation officer.
early appearance.
All right, who do you got? James is just boring.
Yes, sir.
What are you asking for the court to do regarding the children's last names?
I actually
What?
would like them to stay easily
Easy.
instead of changing to McFarland.
And if the judge does order to include McFarland, would you like it to
Something
be
to be proud of.
Easley hyphen McFarland or McFarland hyphen Easley?
Oh, good question. You didn't think about this?
Probably McFarland hyphen easily.
All right, ma'am, real quick, how long have you and Mr. McFarland been married?
Since January 7th, 2012.
There's something you gotta go to court over?
And Miss McFarland,
Petition to
is
change the name,
Brianna the only child of the three born during your marriage to Mr. McFarland?
Yes, sir.
So the twins were not born during the marriage, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, dang,
Okay,
he
thank
is.
you. When did you?
And again, real quick, is Mr. McFarland's name on the birth certificate for any of these children, ma'am?
For Brianna.
Okay.
And
put somebody's
it's okay, Miss McFarland. How do the children receive health coverage?
They have Medicaid.
All three of them?
Yes, they have
Congratulations.
Medicaid, just regular Medicaid.
They see anybody they want.
When
boys, though, their dad has Medicaid for them for some reason.
But you have it for Brianna,
Yeah,
and you're wanting to have them all under the same policy, is
Yes,
that
sir.
right? And have you tried to make that
Medicaid's a
happen?
policy.
Let's go back over to
Oh, the Timmy's
the
back.
man.
Put you on somewhat of an open schedule, and then something happened, and I had to kind of reel you in.
He's a little bit low. Sorry, guys.
I'm not going to change the schedule today. Quite frankly, I need to, with the victims involved.
Wait till you see who's at the
I
stand.
think that they have the right to be notified of any change in
Celebrity?
their status. I think that's in the Constitution. Pretty sure. Mr. View, you agree?
Yes, sir.
So before I make any changes, and we'll revisit this at your sentencing, if the victim will be here, or we'll have an opportunity to be told of the hearing. Okay, so I'm not going to change it today. You're doing good. Let's just take it one step at a time right now. Okay. Yes, Mrs. Strelsky.
So my client has done drug treatment since the incident and since the amendment period. Is the assessment for Talbot House?
It's to determine what level of treatment. Yeah.
Cool hair, bro.
Okay, then he's done treatment. Just wanna make sure. Thank you.
They
Oh,
may
his
determine
chair
the
is
need, or
badass.
That's why
One of
I
the
let them
best.
give
I
you-
can
I've
play
seen-
my chair every day. I would give
Other
anything for that chair.
Yeah, thank you.
You sure?
That chair is for royalty.
Plenty of time.
I'll file a motion to pay by that. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, just Rob.
Follow through with this, okay?
With the best bod on the show.
Oh yeah. Mm.
Tight, yummy abs. Let's get out of here. Let's go, y'all.
Oh, is that the mom and dad? I guess.
Yeah, because the other lady was the.
Look at his glass. See, he's got an actual glass. I love that.
He's a real man, Creed.
He's admiring his flags.
Maybe he's gonna tell us about a
Having
few.
his
of them.
phone.
Give
Oh, he's
me
taking
a-
a picture. What was that? Did you
He
guys
loves
see
them
that?
flags. He loves those flags, man. Are you kidding?
Look at him. Look at him.
Oh, this is when I got at NASA. I was into Space Force.
He takes a picture of them. Are these
Got 'em.
new or something? And who's mute? What do they have? A whole like production truck out there? Like it's a sporting event that's running this thing?
It's definitely one of the better ones I've ever seen.
Oh, it is. The camera and the placement of everything is spot on. Except it's like they work for 5 minutes and then take a 30.
Oh, well, I mean, when you're top of the food chain, Creed, you can do that.
We all need more flags. We need to be more like Timothy Toupee TP. I took him. I thought that he was going to be a super badass, like real disgruntled,
Angry
straight to
man?
the point, very angry. Yeah, completely different. There, Warren County. Anyways, well, at least we got to see a second of our
Yes,
new.
Your
one of our
Honor.
new folks.
You have a right to be represented by a lawyer if you cannot.
My God, they really cleaned up his desk.
Well, that's not
He looks
him.
different.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Skinner talked to you.
Another man in the area.
Are you pleading guilty?
We're gonna hang out for a little bit. We're gonna stay for a bit.
Yeah, we can.
Have it
Um,
filed by judge or
As long as we can keep finding stuff.
Yes, Your Honor.
I've got a slight eBay thing that I got to do, so I'm good for like another 30 at least.
of trial, including
That's the
the
entire show.
right to call witnesses for your defense, the right to confront, cross-examine witnesses against you, the right to testify, or to remain silent, none of that silence used against you, and the right to be presumed
I'll
innocent,
BRB.
proven
Go
guilty
ahead.
beyond a reasonable doubt. Are you on
Yes.
probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Are you- Raise your right hand. You promise to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you, on April 24th, 2022, in Mundy Township, Genesee County, in the state of Michigan, commit domestic assault against your brother,
Beat up his brother?
Matteo Franzoni, by punching him in the ribs several times
Matteo Franzoni.
after Matteo called his sister a vulgar name?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you call her?
Well, he called her a bunch of names, and he kind of like walked towards her, like
What
kind
did
of like he was gonna
call
do
her?
something. Not that he didn't do anything though. I just got the wrong idea, so it was my misunderstanding, Your Honor, and I apologize.
Glad you're here, Danny.
You've been in jail for 16 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
I wish he'd have told us what he called her. He's still swearing himself in. Hey, we are having a great day.
According to this, they wanted to set it out 1 month. If you don't get any further charges within the month, they'll dismiss it pursuant to a delay.
Whoop, he almost put it down. Come on, you can do it.
Anything you want to add or say?
No.
I just want to apologize for everything that happened that day, and I've had a lot of time to think, and it won't happen
16
again.
days
That's
he's
for
been
sure.
in. We're punching his brother in the ribs. Oh, he said you're not working, huh?
I'm going to set a review June 21st at 8:30 or now at 1 o'clock. It's at the McCree building. You can come down here. If you stayed out of trouble, we'll dismiss it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Did you release him today?
Yes, I'm going to give him 16 days jail. I'm going to.
This is the question. Why wouldn't he repeat what was said? It must have been some really bad stuff. Like really bad.
Yeah, it's not, but it's not a delay. It's not.
I'll just put it on here.
Okay.
He said this is the guilty party. My hand.
Okay.
Quit putting your hand up, you big dummy. Yeah, Tim's out there talking with Jen. He's trying to get her on the straight and narrow, but he can't. Yeah, she's a lost cause. I'm sorry to say.
Release defendant from jail today.
He called her a well, I hate to say it, Your Honor. He called her whore.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Renzoni. You should be out of here today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That little skinny dude, what's his brother look like if he's beating him up? Well, we're going to add creeds. Even though there's no volume, we're going to add it for just a second. Go ahead and everybody drink that in for one moment while I jump somewhere else. Court was over quickly in there. Don't forget to like this video. Help us out. That'd be awesome of you. You'll be able to sleep better tonight, knowing that you helped us, knowing you did your civic duty by doing a public service with all of us. Hey, it's Creed. He's back.
The state can proceed.
State would offer State's Exhibit 1, the plea agreement, judicial confession, and the trial court certification.
Nice fan,
of
Catherine.
appeal. State would offer State's Exhibit 2, the discovery log.
No objection, Your Honor.
The exhibits are admitted.
I want you to fry James.
Closed.
Rest and close, Your Honor.
Now, based on the pleas that Mr. Wilner has entered, on his pleas of guilty, I'm going to find that he is guilty.
I'm going to find that Colin owns a sex swing.
3 years in the Texas Department of Corrections with 173 days back time credit, and these will run concurrently with each other. Now, Mr. Wilner, is there anything we've done here you don't understand or have a question about?
No, sir.
All right, good luck, sir.
Terry is really sleepy.
Like, take it easy.
Next, we've got Ford, Mr. Weaver.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Weaver.
Now, this is cause number 401.
Oh, Colin detention. I see. Is this first appearance?
State of Texas versus Daryl Farrell Ford. Is that you, sir?
Merrill Farrell.
Okay. I couldn't. Is there a microphone there? Get a little closer to that microphone so I can be sure and hear you.
I only do that while we
There we
talk,
go.
and then I
Uh,
just keep getting low.
Now, is the state ready?
State's ready.
Is defendant ready?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
First of all, Mr. Ford, you understand you have a right not to testify in this hearing if you don't wish to.
Cut her off real quick, Pamela.
For the purpose of taking this plea, do you wish to give up that right and testify at this time?
Give her Knox's number.
Raise your right hand, sir. You solemnly swear testimony you give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, you put your hand down. Do you understand you have a right to have this case tried to a jury and you have a right to face your accusers?
Yes.
Do you want to give up those rights?
No, sir.
Do you want a jury trial?
No.
At least this judge has enough
Let
common
me
sense
ask
so
a
you
question
can put your
again,
hand
make sure
down.
You understand it. My question to you is understanding that you have the right to a trial by jury or to face
So
your accusers.
steamy.
Do you want to give up that right and have me hear these matters right now with no jury and no one testifying but you?
Yes.
All right. Have you had a full opportunity to discuss this case with Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Okay. Are you satisfied with what Mr. Weaver's done for you?
Yes, sir.
You stand charged with manufacturing and delivery of a controlled substance,
Uh-oh.
over
Oh,
4
yeah.
grams and under 200 grams, which is a first-degree felony. You have a right to have the indictment in this case be read to you. Do you want that document read to you?
Uh-oh, he don't
Yes.
know.
I never received the indictment, but you can go ahead and go on.
All right. Go ahead and read the indictment, counsel.
Your Honor, Mr. Ford.
We don't have it.
The indictment, including the enhancement paragraphs. He understands it charges with manufacture delivery of a controlled substance, possession with, which
Look at the
includes
court
possession
reporter.
with intent to deliver.
All right. Is that sufficient, Mr. Ford, or you still want the formal document read to you?
You don't have to read it.
Okay. Do you understand what you're charged with?
Yes.
Okay. And to that charge, how do you plead?
Yes.
Other than a plea agreement, did anybody promise you something to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Did anybody force you into this? Plea?
Next to Butt for 3,000 at
Understand
the
everything
cat
we're doing
was
Yes.
pretty
have,
amazing.
Counsel, have you found your client to be competent?
Yes, sir. He is competent.
All right. Mr. Ford, are you currently under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No.
Are you a
Not
U.S.
since
citizen?
last night, Your Honor.
Yes.
Where were you, sir?
El Dorado.
Okay. You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen and you enter this plea, you can be deported?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand that the punishment range in this case is 2 to 20.
Better than the
excuse me,
curb
5 to
stopping they
99
used to do
years or
when they were
life in
younger,
Texas
Lisa.
Department of Corrections and an optional fine not to
I don't know
exceed-
what this guy's done that I'm watching over here, but he hasn't stopped talking yet, and he's in jail.
All right. Now, what is the plea agreement?
The agreement is for
On
5
yours?
years,
Yeah.
confinement and TDC.
I'll jump
So the
over. It's
question
fine.
from
Here we
me
go.
is that you had indicated that you tried to talk to your probation agent, but you were trading phone
That
calls. Is that
courtroom.
right?
When I was out
Right.
for
when
the
you were
2
out.
weeks, yeah. There's text messages, phone calls, kind of playing phone tag.
One of the things you said that certainly caught my ear is you said you even talked to a judge. What did you mean by that?
I had court. I just happened to have court in Monroe. The next morning I got out, I believe it was, and got permission to go to Ohio. We asked him right there over the Zoom. Unfortunately, since then that judge has passed, but he granted me he said that's fine, just do the paperwork. So that's
Dead judge
that's
talking.
kind of why I-
Talking to it. Are you talking about talking to a judge in an open court proceeding like the one we're in now?
Yeah, I mean, there was just like a
was that,
probation
7-Eleven?
hearing, and my probation officer, my lawyer asked if I could go. He said that was fine, because I was under the impression I had to get it cleared with them, because I was on probation down there, and then he said clear it with Gaylord. So that's when I called Miss Daniel Davis and started that process.
So your
Danielle
testimony is that was was it Macomb County judge or the downstate where you were on probation?
Monroe, where I was on probation. Yeah.
Monroe County. Thank you. Or Monroe, Michigan. Thank you. Do the court's questions raise any additional questions from you, Mr. Horowitz?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Brooker?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Horowitz, do
Never
you have
listen
another
to
witness?
somebody talk so much.
The probation officer is present. Am I correct? about
Michael
that?
streams really shitty, boring
Yes,
slots
Davis is
the same
present
ones
here.
day in and day
So
out.
Okay.
we've
In
got
1 hour,
about
in
5
1 hour.
minutes, and so I'm going to give you some brief opportunity to question that probation agent, and then I'm going to make some findings. Because of that, I'm not likely to allow very much oral argument. I've already heard the offers of proof, but I will likely allow some brief argument. With that, Ms. Davis, you've been called as a witness. If you could raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah, that's a first on that one, huh, Danny B?
Thank you. Mr. Horowitz, your witness.
So is it, would I say Officer
given
Davis,
freedom.
Agent Davis?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Agent Davis.
Okay, Agent Davis, did Mr. Schuman contact you when he got when he left the facility in the Upper Peninsula?
I'm gonna provide you with some background information. I was off
Enjoy
on
lunch, our
sick
guy.
leave
We're almost
from
out here.
January 7th, and I did not return to work until January 17th of 2022. So when he did contact me, I was on sick leave.
Good.
So he had tried to contact you?
Yeah, I think you're
He
right.
texted me, correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So his
Yeah.
his statements that he did try to be in contact with probation when he left, those were accurate statements.
Yes.
If
Okay.
it isn't a fake
I don't
background,
have any
she's
other
a
questions.
ghost.
Thank you.
Yeah. The
She's the
almost
ghost of the-
cardboard cutout
Ms.
look.
Davis, what did Mr. Schuman tell you when he contacted you through that text message?
His text messages were, he
Hey,
needed
girl.
approval to go to this
girl, hey.
facility in Ohio.
Hey, baby girl.
me up.
And I believe at one point, even though I was on sick leave, I did respond to
Open
him and
face, or we
said
talking
he was
deli
not
meat here,
on
bud?
probation here in
Yeah.
Otsego County. He was sentenced to jail only, and that he would need to get the permission through his probation officer, Mr. Banks, in Monroe County, if he wanted to go to this facility, which was out of state.
Okay. Did he have any additional contacts with you? And do you know, I don't know if we're putting you on the spot here. Do you know approximately when that text was? Was it on the 12th?
That's what it says.
It
yes.
wasn't. It would have been. It would have been probably after that, because he had a PV hearing on January 14th,
Swiss, my God.
according to my records, in Monroe
Fancy.
County, and that is when the judge
Buying
told
brand ham
him, to
from the
get it
Black Forest.
facilitated and
Like
get
it.
that information going.
How we live.
So it would have been,
Get our ham from the Black
to the
Forest.
best of my recollection, either.
That one.
And he could probably correct me. I'm thinking it was right around that time that he had contacted me as well.
Did he have any additional contacts with you after that date, prior to the 30th when he turned himself in?
He did, because, well, actually, I had contacted him
great.
and let him know that a warrant was issued, because he had left the facility on the 12th. And when he left the facility on the 12th, we did not know where he was.
That's terrible news.
So in that initial text he sent you, he didn't inform you where he was going to be or whether he was still in that
No,
placement?
no, because when he had messaged me, I was under the assumption he was still at the treatment center and was trying to facilitate this from the treatment center. I did not know that he had left the treatment center.
He was drunk.
When did you learn that he had left the treatment center? If you recall?
Yeah, I saved my messages.
Because I'm in love with him.
When I returned
breaking
to
him out
work and I
tomorrow.
looked into it a little bit further. And I had a conversation with Agent Banks on the 19th
Agent Cody
of
Banks.
January 2022, and that was the same day that Agent Banks had confirmed the information with Winter Wisniewski up at this treatment
Is she just
program.
making up names now?
Yeah, I
Just
was
what
gonna
it's
say,
some
Winter
movie?
was.
And I assume Agent Banks is his probation officer down in Monroe?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And then the court, I don't know if it was the court or probation issued a bench warrant for him because he was not at the facility.
Correct. Yes, because the judge had ordered that if he did not complete
so random,
this residential
Mike's
treatment
house
program, that
reminds
he
me
was to
of
turn
the one
himself
guy that
into
was
the
getting
Otsego
the
County.
divorce. Remember with the there's a divorce thing, and we are like, oh, he's at the lake house.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? I don't know
Yeah.
why. Michael's house just reminds me of that. Like I don't know why I feel as if
Those
there's a
doors
lake.
behind them. Yeah.
Like I think that there's a lake outside of that window right now.
He's
right, I
really
don't-
just got his pants on to go fishing here in a minute. Just
Right.
walk right out in the lake and just pull the trout out.
County jail to serve this sentence.
Okay, so you had maybe 2 text messages from him about this situation? You said?
Yeah, I want to say he messaged me 2 or 3 times during the time frame that I was off.
Oh, okay.
But when I say that, it would have been probably on the same day, like, did you get my message, that kind of messaging? It wasn't every single day.
He was not clear to you that he had left the facility, though. Is that accurate? Okay. All right. And he did not make it clear what the circumstances were, obviously, that he left, since he wasn't telling you that he had left.
No.
Okay.
Beautiful lakefront.
And then you spoke to Agent Banks. You indicated were the 2 of you just exchanging information about Mr. Schuman's cases?
Good for Tuesday, loud C at
Yes.
405 for We Got a Chase.
Yes,
Okay.
Agent
Bet.
Banks and I discussed the case after he had, like I said,
we're just having
spoken
a
to
little
this
meeting
Counselor
about-
Winter Wisniewski.
Thanks.
Okay.
Just a thing.
And I don't know whether this is something that you would have done anyway, given that he was given a jail
Secret
sentence,
agents and
but
stuff.
was any documentation other than the letter
crazy.
indicating he was going to be accepted into the Ohio facility? Was there any other documentation that facility provided to you?
I actually called the facility for him as well and talked
Sounds like he's
to,
in trouble regardless.
Daniel.
Is this the
to
mother
confirm that they did
or
have
the lover?
availability and bed space available.
Okay.
Who's the mother of the wife?
Danielle's. We're not talking to him up in the corner, the jailbird. We're talking to her, just her.
Yeah, because she's
Or
the
she-
PO.
I thought she was talking about him.
Yeah, she's talking about the guy in jail. Yeah. The PO. She's his PO.
Oh, Jesus Creed, get with it, would you? I tell you why well,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. And then I just want to jump to something real quick, and then we're gonna say goodbye. I just don't want to lose these guys.
I don't want to lose their number. Sorry, I somehow put them on slow. My fault.
While you do that, while you get that back, I just wanted to show you this cast of characters. These courtrooms, these shots are so great.
Who brought their sensei with them?
Yeah, that and the child officer there.
Child officer.
Look at is he more than 16? Seriously?
He looks
Mother's
very
car that
young.
we referred to earlier? It's my car. So both cars were your cars? Yes. Okay, you may proceed.
And at any point during that argument, did the defendant hit you? No, he didn't hit me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There-
Anyways, I didn't want to get into it. I just wanted you to see those cast
Express
characters.
any
We'll finish up with
concerns
this.
at that time for what was going on there.
Judge
Okay.
Ito.
So that conversation for the PSI would have been sometime between his plea on December 7th and sentencing on January 4th.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I don't have any other questions for you.
Did you have redirect, Mr. Horowitz?
Nope. Nope.
Mr. Schuman did explain to you.
He was on Chumba.
The conditions at the facility at some point, didn't he?
Yes, I went to go
Lucky.
see him in the jail. Just as a courtesy to Mr. Schuman, he asked to talk to me, and I went to the jail to go see what.
Kind of a bigger bigger Steven Skull, but I could see it.
And then he had left the facility, so I went in to go speak with him directly at the jail.
And he had expressed concerns about staff trying to engage him romantically.
He did, yes.
What?
And did you have any reason to doubt what he was telling you?
I didn't, no.
Okay, that's
Can we
all I
dig a
have.
little
Thank you.
deeper into that.
Staff
Overtime.
engaging him romantically?
Nothing, Your Honor.
No, we don't just breeze by that.
So the court is going to not allow oral argument now only because of the time factor that I've already brought up. I don't intend to allow the
Oh.
other matter to get well beyond the scheduled time. It's 2:35, and so a couple of minutes is okay in my discretion. But the court notes that the issue
Oh.
of jail credit is one which is totally in the court's discretion. The parties recognize that in the plea agreement by indicating that the court would be able to, the
And you
parties
believe
both
them.
ask me to provide day-for-day jail credit for
Getting love.
successful completion. The specific language was in the judgment of sentence,
gonna
defendant
break
must
you out, you
successfully
guys go to
complete
Tennessee
treatment in
or
order to receive
straight
day
up
for
to
day
there?
credit. Obviously, the attorneys recognize and understood that the court has the ability to
Seriously.
provide jail credit for successful completion of treatment, or they would not have asked me to include that as a part of the sentence. Part of the difference is that sometimes the court is bound by
hot
statutory
for
authority in terms of
jail.
providing jail credit, and sometimes it's not. This is one of the times where the court is not bound by the standard jail credit. What I have to do is look at the entire situation, and normally that's an easy decision for the court. I decide, Mr. Schuman, did you successfully complete? If so, you get credit. If you didn't, you don't. It's clear to me that you did not successfully complete. The reasons behind that, however, are much less clear to the court. The circumstances that have been brought
I
up
don't know,
today
BJ booth, his courtroom, like,
strange.
are they in an old bar or something?
Many
and that's the
times
old
in
BJ
this
booth
line of
in the corner?
business, I've learned to accept the fact that
Got all the
sometimes
songs
truth is
queued
stranger
up.
than
Yeah,
fiction.
he's ready to go.
And I don't have any necessarily reason to doubt your story, nor do I have any reason to accept it, except that there's two people that have talked about the situation at this Mission Bible Training Center. Both of them arguably have some bias, which is, Mr. Schuman, you know that the difference between me accepting your version of the events is that you get 95 days of jail credit that you didn't otherwise get. Your mother is your mother. She has a reason to potentially skew the facts to benefit you. If I thought that were happening,
She's
I
a
would
real
certainly look
skewer.
at it different. That's why I went over with you again, the affirmation and then the reaffirmation that you are subject to the contempt powers of the court and ultimately even perjury if I was to find that these things are contrived. The story that you have told me appears to me to be a mix of Hollywood fantasies like Deliverance and a Guy Ritchie movie I remember named Snatch, where there's discussion about pigs and being fed to pigs and scooping poop into a hole. It's hard to believe that that's what's happening in one of our treatment facilities that's sanctioned as a place for people to be at a respite from court and court
You're
obligations
stupid.
like jail. But on this record, I have no real reason to doubt what you're saying, is that it was exactly like that. My concern, however, is piqued because when I make that finding, and I am, that I have no real reason on this record to doubt what you're telling me, that gives me significant concern about all or any other people in Michigan who would seek to go to the Mission Bible Training Center in Gastra, Michigan. And so it's very likely that after this hearing, I'm going to make calls of my own to see if there's any way that I can have some sort of an investigation started there. Because if that's the way that the treatment facility is being run, as you've testified under oath it is, then it's my view that something needs to be done more than me simply taking into account your version of the events. And so to the extent I can, I'm going to see what I can do about that. In all, Mr. Schuman, I credit your testimony. Again, it's hard for me to believe or understand. I think it's probably some of the things that were talked about were not the full story. I don't necessarily, for example, believe that there was just an assault out of the blue and that you had no role in it. I don't accept, for example, that when you were trying to tell me about the PSI, that you were trying to somehow speak about the abhorrent conditions in the facility. I recall my reaction, and my reaction isn't always accurate, but my reaction to you was fairly straightforward. I ordered you to meet with the PSI and make sure that reminded you that it's your obligation for that contact. And you told me basically, Judge, that's not up to me, and I might be able to call him and I might not. I'm of course not going to allow that to stand on the record. I recall that pretty independently because it's not often that I have to remind a defendant that forcefully on the record. And so I don't view that as you trying to tell me about the situation of the facility, but maybe you were. Again, my quick reaction isn't always right. But in any event, outside of few things that I don't necessarily believe overall,
Everybody in
I
prison.
tend to believe the primary point, which is you were trying to finish this treatment facility because you knew it would end up with either you getting credit or not getting credit, and potentially me sentencing you to more jail and or prison if you didn't successfully complete before sentencing. That was wise of you. That was what was required of you. And ultimately, it appears clear that you wanted to continue to go down to the Ohio place. By the time we even had the follow-up hearing, however, that bed in Ohio is no longer available. And so that became a nullity. But it appears clear to me that you did try to get into that facility. Again, I sincerely question, as I did at our last hearing, why, if things were so on the up and up with you trying to get in the facility, that there was a 16-day delay in between your leaving Gastra and you're turning yourself into the Otsego County Jail, because my order could not have been more clear that if you leave that facility, that's where you go. But I accept that during the stress of that and during you trying to set up the matter from transferring
smell a
from
lawsuit.
Gastra to Ohio,
This is
there was some
insane.
uncertainty in your mind. And I trust that when you had were told by the Monroe County judge and the Monroe County probation agent to get things set here, your agents, your attempts to reach out to Agent Davis were, at least under the circumstances, reasonable enough. So I'm going to provide you the jail credit for the time that you were there. You did not successfully complete it, but because this is a matter vested primarily to my discretion, in my view, it would be unfair to allow you to not get jail credit when you basically did everything that you could, including agreeing to be transferred or allowing to be transferred, and then you did not properly get transferred. So based upon those findings, and because
Yeah.
I do believe that it's within my discretion to grant jail credit if I find successful completion, and even though you're not successful, you did what you ought to have in this circumstance, given all of the circumstances. So I'm going to issue a new judgment of sentence, and I'm going to provide the same amount of jail credit that I provided previously, which was 138 days. That's what I gave you originally when I thought you were going to be successful. That's what you're going to get now. An amended judgment will indicate that that's why I've done it, is following the evidentiary hearing. The total of 138 days as previously ordered is awarded as day-for-day credit. You, of course, have the other credit that you're entitled to. The jail will have to calculate that, but this credit will be backdated. In other words, my 11-month sentence that I imposed on January 4th, 2022 would have been, and it now is, with 138 days credit. The jail will have to calculate ultimately your release date and everything else, good time credit going forward. Do you have any questions, Mr. Horowitz?
Wow.
That's
No, Your Honor, I appreciate your
thorough.
patience with me today. Thank you.
I now understand why we
Welcome.
didn't
Do you have any
dig
questions,
deeper
Mr.
into the.
Oh, Your Honor.
I told you this guy was
By
talking
the
up
way,
a
did you prepare an
storm. I was
amended
like,
judgment
he's
of sentence that just says, and for the reasons stated on
talking.
the record following the evidentiary hearing, the 11-month jail with credit for 138-day sentence will be imposed effective on 1/4/22.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. We'll get that out to the jail. Mr. Schuman, good luck in the future.
Wow. So here's one thing as we wrap up today's We Got a Case. They saved these. I'm gonna take a look and see if it's worthwhile maybe backing that thing up and watching from the beginning tomorrow.
Sounds like there was some sex going on behind bars in the treatment facility.
And it sounds like
church one, by the way.
It sounds like some of it. I think that the judge believes some of the craziness that was coming out of the dude's mouth. That
even his PO believed him.
Yeah. So we might pick up. We Got a Case with that, or maybe we'll add that in and watch it all the way through as like a special little quick one. It seems very interesting, to say the least. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. A little overtime today. I stick it out and see what's going on here, but I got some eBay crap I got to do to get ready before 4:05. We got a chase today. 2 for Tuesday. Oh, true.
A real one. Tuesday. 2 chases today, Creed. So we hope to see everybody there. If you haven't already liked this video, please do so. If you want to support us, and it's over, Johnny, go ahead and hit us with super thanks on the YouTube or stars over on Facebook. Until next time, everybody have a great day, and remember.
Chipper!
Douche. My man.